The throne room of Syrintha Station was vast, a domed expanse that shimmered with suspended light strands, reflecting faintly off the polished obsidian floors. Delegates from a dozen star systems had gathered, but all eyes, mine included, were drawn to her. The alienprincess Lythera, eldest daughter of the ruling cosmic dynasty, moved with a grace that made centuries of diplomacy seem trivial. Her bioluminescent markings glimmered across her skin, flowing like living ribbons of starlight. I, Captain Jarek Sloan, had been summoned for reasons unclear. My armor, a standard-issue diplomatic guard ensemble, gleamed under the ambient lights, perfectly polished and rigid. It was designed to impress, to protect, and to announce authority. Yet as I approached the dais, I felt her eyes, not through the translator grid, but directly in my mind, scrutinizing me. "Your armor is amusing," she said, her tone carrying a teasing lilt that made the assembled diplomats murmur quietly. "Does it make you feel taller, human?" A ripple of laughter followed her words, some polite, some uncertain. I felt a flicker of heat rise to my cheeks. She wasn't attacking me. Not exactly. But she had singled me out, making me the center of attention in a room designed to impress. I began uncertain. I had rehearsed my speech for the council, my orders, my posture. None of it accounted for an alien princess mocking my armor. She stepped closer, tilting her head, her luminescent eyes reflecting amusement and curiosity. "Do you always parade yourself in such rigidity? Or is it just for appearances?" I straightened, attempting to regain some authority. "It's standard protocol, designed for protection and diplomacy." "Protocol," she repeated, almost laughing. "Or fear?" Her gaze pierced me. It wasn't just mockery, it was a challenge. I realized then that she expected more than formal compliance. She wanted a response. Spark. Something human. I took a slow breath. The diplomats shifted, whispers of speculation circulating. My hand brushed against the polished surface of my armor. I had choices. Maintain the image, retreat into safety, or act unpredictably. I removed my gauntlets first. The sound of metal sliding echoed faintly in the chamber. Then, deliberately, I unclasped the chest plate. A ripple passed through the audience. Even the princess paused, her eyes widening slightly at the sudden, unexpected action. "Ah," she said softly, a note of surprise coloring her voice. "You respond differently than I anticipated." I took a step forward, shoulders squared, no longer shielded by rigid plating. My uniform beneath was practical, but human in form, not designed to impress alien sensibilities, only to survive long missions and extreme environments. "I am human," I said calmly, voice carrying across the chamber. "And my protection is choice, not necessity. Can adapt, can engage. I can respond." She tilted her head, studying me as if weighing a complex equation. Her markings pulsed faintly, an expression of thought, perhaps even approval. "Most of your kind hide behind metals and codes," she said. "They attempt to shield themselves from curiosity, from challenge, from life itself. Yet you," she stepped closer, letting her fingers hover just above the edge of my shoulder armor, "you dare to reveal yourself. Without hesitation. Without fear." I could feel the tension in the room dissolve slightly. The other delegates, previously bristling with formality, were now leaning forward, captivated. Not by protocol or political maneuvering, but by the quiet, daring human standing before the alien princess. "Why risk vulnerability?" she asked, genuinely curious now, the teasing edge softened. "Because," I said slowly, "sometimes the best defense is honesty. Sometimes showing who you truly are creates more strength than armor ever could." Pause lingered. She tilted her head again, the faint glow of her markings shifting like tides. Perhaps, she whispered. Perhaps you are the first human I have seen who understands that. I stepped fully into the open, leaving the armor in a neat stack on the floor beside me. The metal gleamed faintly, a silent testament to training, duty, and preparation, but now secondary to presence, choice, and will. She moved closer, now merely a few paces away, her gaze soft but calculating. And what do you intend to do, human, now that you have shed the trappings of safety? I met her gaze steadily. I intend to engage. Not just follow orders. Not just speak protocol. I intend to think, act, and respond to what is real in this room, not what is expected. Her markings brightened slightly. Most humans would falter. Most would hesitate and retreat. Yet you, her voice dropped to a whisper. You surprise me. Her words carried weight. Not a compliment but recognition. In the context of the Lythera, recognition was as powerful as a promise, more binding than ceremony. I stepped back and gestured toward the armor. The choice to wear this was mine. The choice to remove it was mine. And the choice to continue in honesty, beyond appearance, beyond expectation, is also mine. The princess smiled, faint, enigmatic. A few delegates dared to mirror her expression, unsure whether to respect the moment or fear it. Very well, she said finally, her tone formal once again, though the undertone remained. Your actions here, unprecedented. Your courage, remarkable. You may have earned not only respect, human, but attention that few receive. Attention. I felt it keenly, the weight of it balanced by relief. I had stepped into a dangerous unknown and emerged intact, not through armor but through choice. Minutes later, the council session resumed its formalities, but the air had changed. Where there had been tension, there was curiosity. Where there had been judgment, there was anticipation. And through it all, the princess observed me, silently acknowledging that the rules I followed were not rigid. They were flexible, human, alive. When the session ended, I collected my armor. I replaced the pieces carefully, but differently now. Each clasp, each segment, was aligned not just for protection, but as a reminder. Vulnerability is not weakness, and choice is not frivolous. As I departed the throne room, the princess called out. Captain Sloan, she said. You have demonstrated a quality rare among humans. Courage unshielded. I will watch your progress with interest. I won't disappoint, I replied. Perhaps, she said with that faint, teasing smile, you will surprise me again. I left the chamber understanding something profound. Armor can protect the body, but only honesty and choice protect the spirit. The lesson was as universal as the stars, as dangerous as any battlefield, and as rewarding as any victory. And in the corridors of Syrintha Station, among alien delegates and centuries of rigid protocol, a single human had made an impression that would not be forgotten. Not by protocol, not by force, but by daring to surprise, daring to reveal, and daring to choose.